OpenAI is testing private safety processing that keeps frontier model interactions off limits to staff while still catching risks across long agent sessions. This is Models and Agents, episode 147. OpenAI previewed private safety processing for frontier models. The system flags risks across related interactions in longer autonomous workflows. It does so without giving OpenAI staff access to the underlying content. The preview sits alongside the company's continued zero data retention offering. Builders working with extended agent sessions now have an explicit path to stronger safety controls that do not require sharing raw data. The approach directly addresses the scaling challenge of monitoring multi-turn tool use and memory-heavy conversations. Watch for how the feature integrates with existing API workflows. On the safety track we covered yesterday, this moves the open question of evaluation standardization forward by testing private review at frontier scale. NeBERT is a domain-specific encoder trained on 8.3 million sentences across 9 Northeast Indian languages, plus Hindi and English. It uses weighted sampling and a custom sentence piece unigram tokenizer. The model delivers 15.97 times lower average perplexity than IndicBERT v2. It also shows 7.64 times lower perplexity than Muril. Tokenization fertility improves 1.5 times over MBERT. Downstream gains appear on part-of-speech tagging for 3 of the languages. Researchers released the model, test sets, and corpus under CC BY 4.0. Sutra is a morphology-aware tokenizer that preserves Akshara indivisibility for Hindi, Marathi, and Gujarati. It penalizes merges across morphological boundaries. The tokenizer records peak gains of 14.7% boundary F1 and 34% semantic recoverability on Hindi over standard BPE. It delivers an average 8.08 char F2 improvement in machine translation. The team also released a new morphological segmentation dataset for the 3 languages. Long Novel provides a bilingual Chinese and English benchmark built from 29 Chinese novels ranging from 16,000 to 100,000 tokens, plus Booksum chapter data. It defines 8 hallucination types and uses multi-model arbitration plus entity reference generation to create balanced test cases. Researchers released the dataset and evaluation code. 9 Emotion Centroids extracts a single valence direction from 9 emotion category names plus 50 short paragraphs per emotion. The resulting axis captures 93% of supervised performance on SST2. It transfers to vision, audio, and brain recordings without target modality labels. A 2-parameter classifier trained only on text reaches AUC 0.961 on images and 0.828 on brain data. The persona-guided framework runs 2 LLMs in a training-free loop. A user agent expresses a target Big 5 personality, while a system agent adapts to complete hotel or restaurant tasks from the SGD dataset. Oracle personality knowledge improves constraint satisfaction and user satisfaction, but reduces truthfulness. Queue-based inference offers the best reliability performance trade-off. The study evaluates GPT-4o, Qwen 3 Next ADB, and Gemini 2.0 Flash across all trait pools. StocksTalk converts spoken financial screening requests into validated SQL. It uses streaming ASR, retrieval-augmented constraint extraction, schema-grounded generation, and rule-based validation inside an interactive dashboard. A 150-prompt benchmark shows retrieval grounding and human-in-the-loop verification raise constraint accuracy, SQL executability, and multi-turn stability over plain LLM baselines. Simon Willison released notes and a GitHub research repo on running untrusted code in a small VMM sandbox. The setup tested Claude Code in a restricted environment that lacks dev KVM. The work provides concrete configuration details for builders who need isolated execution for agent tool calls. A 3-day benchmark on a 4090 laptop plus 7900 XTX eGPU over Thunderbolt 4 reached 27 tokens per second generation and full 262K context on Qwen 3.827 BQ6K XL. The author filed an upstream issue on multi-GPU MTP prefill penalties and published the LLM tuner repo used for the experiments. Google is offering eligible students a full year of Gemini AI access at no cost. The program targets higher education users and provides the same model capabilities available to paid subscribers. FD-KVC maintains dual scoring channels per KV pair using cumulative attention and recency-weighted relevance with temporal decay. It uses an ownership loss to drive adaptive learning rates. Across 600 dialogue test sets, it outperforms H2O by 6.7% on late turn alignment and adapts to topic shifts 3.6 times faster while running entirely on CPU. Okay, let's pop the hood on KV cache eviction under topic drift. Everyone treats KV cache eviction as a simple keep the most attended tokens rule. In practice, the decision surface changes as soon as the conversation topic shifts, because attention mass from earlier turns stops predicting future utility. The core insight is that importance is not stationary. A token that was heavily attended during the first topic can become irrelevant noise once the user changes subject. Dual channel scoring separates aggregate attention from a recency-weighted relevance signal that decays unless reinforced by new matches. Adding an ownership loss term prevents the eviction policy from oscillating when the same entities reappear later in the dialogue. The practical trade-off is modest CPU overhead for the extra scoring pass versus measurable gains in late turn alignment and faster recovery after topic changes. Teams running long multi-turn agents should prefer dual-channel or ownership-aware eviction once context exceeds roughly 50K tokens. Single-signal LRU or H2O remains adequate for shorter single-topic sessions. Test NE-BERT on any Northeast Indian language tagging or retrieval task. The released weights and corpus make it a drop-in low-resource baseline. Run the Sutra tokenizer against your current BPE pipeline on Hindi or Gujarati MT data to measure the reported char F2 lift. Add long novel to your long context summarization eval harness to surface hallucination patterns that news or paper benchmarks miss. Try the final llama.cpp flag set from the 40GB mixed GPU benchmark on your own Qwen 3.827B workload. Prototype a dual-channel KV eviction policy in your dialogue agent using the FD-KVC description as a starting point. Further details are expected on OpenAI's private safety processing rollout and integration surface. Additional low-resource INDIC model releases are already signaled in the NE-BERT and Sutra papers. More llama.cpp multi-GPU and MTP fixes are likely after the file issue receives community attention. Before we go, the next wave of details on how private safety processing will surface in the API should land in the coming days. That wraps up today's AI briefing. Share this with a developer or builder who wants to stay current. Subscribe wherever you listen. See you tomorrow. And if you'd rather watch than listen, find us on YouTube at Nera Network. Links in the show notes. One more thing. If you liked today's episode, our sister show Models and Agents for Beginners is worth a spot in your feed. Artificial intelligence explained simply for beginners and curious teens. It's one of the Nera Network's daily briefings, all free at neranetwork.com. And on the website, every episode's visuals live in our free image gallery at neranetwork.com gallery. Royalty-free under Creative Commons. Download with attribution. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.